doing an all-new episode of Hot Guys in the Kitchen for HBFIT TV, and today...
As in heat. It's very hot in this kitchen, and I happen to be a guy.
You are a guy who has been around for a long time in this industry, Geoffrey Zakarian. I mean, you are an author, a chef, you've got multiple cookbooks and restaurants, you're the father of 3 young kids.
Yes.
It's like, what do you not do?
My proudest accomplishment. Well, we have a production company with my partner, Jarrett and Tara. So we're producing a lot of stuff for Food Network. And we have 4 shows on the Food Network right now, so we're very excited.
And I guess hopefully I'll be seeing you down at Food and Wine.
Yes, I'll be there. We have a demo, a book signing, a party, food talk.
Okay.
Sirius XM. We have a lot of stuff going on.
So I want to talk a little bit about, one of your books is all about pantry preparation. And I think something that our viewers at home really kind of want to own is cooking at home and making it easy for themselves, which it sounds like you kind of alleviate a lot of the pain that goes into what someone needs in the pantry to be able to...
Here's what I'm fighting. That's a great question. I'm fighting iPhones and iPads and everything quick in the culture. Our culture is, we want everything yesterday and we want it, you know, we don't, satisfaction, we don't want to like delay.
Right.
It's all instant.
Right.
So we all want instant gratification, and it's not possible. It's certainly not possible in the food world if you want to actually cook.
Right.
I tell people, I want something in 10 minutes, I want 3 ingredients, simple. I'm like, just go out. Go fast food, go fast casual. A lot of great choices now. Great Israeli food, great green stuff, great salad.
Fast casual is like the new.
Don't fool yourself into thinking you can have it and it's going to be 10 minutes. It's not.
Right.
What that's one side of this equation. The other side of the equation is what that robs from you is this whole culture of like actually the process of food, which is the most beautiful thing.
Right.
It's like going shopping. Yeah, it takes time. What doesn't take time that's worth doing?
I completely agree.
Spending time with your children or your family or your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever it is, like talking about food in the kitchen, opening a bottle of wine, peeling carrots, snapping peas, burning something.
Right.
Burning it alone is awful. Burning it together is not so awful because you get to laugh and you have a story.
That's true.
So we've lost that.
Right.
So I tell people, if you want to do something in 15 minutes, go out.
Right.
Don't waste your time in the kitchen because you're not going to make anything satisfying. So 30 minutes to an hour is the minimum time you need. And if you don't have that time, maybe you get a meal preparation kit. At least you're cooking something.
Right. Speaking
of
meal
prep, at least you're cooking something from scratch.
You also have a container company, correct?
Yes, we do containers to store everything because storage is everything, you know, because if you store something improperly, it's going to go
bad,
and it's a lot of money.
Yes.
Food's very expensive.
Which I love because I'm a big person. I hate food waste.
Terrible.
It's
the worst thing. We waste 20-30% of our...
Which is nuts.
No, it's just horrible. So that's where we're at in this culture.
Yeah.
So for especially your audience, they want it like double quick. They want it to click away.
Right.
And it is. You can go to Seamless or just order it, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. As a
or
matter of fact,
Postmates or Caviar. I mean,
as a matter of fact, now what you can get now, 25 years ago, was a pipe dream.
Right.
So you can order from like David Chang or Michael White or like or a fried chicken or whatever. You can get the best of the best delivered to you, which is really remarkable. But there's another side to that. You don't have any of the process.
Right.
There's no culture. There's no socialization. You can't fall in love. You certainly can't have a relationship over ordering in.
Totally.
It doesn't work.
And speaking of falling in love with the process, also back in the day, I tried to create a nonprofit that was really around taking old, abandoned shipping containers and repurposing them into hydroponic vertical grow houses.
Great idea.
We did one, and we put it at the Children's Aid Society and kind of really created a curriculum around what it means to get your hands back in the soil. And I feel like that's such a... At the same time that everyone has all of these things at their fingertips, I feel like agriculture and young farmers have also really blossomed over the last 10 years. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
And so I think it's also really beautiful to bring ownership back to farming, which I feel like has been such a interesting dynamic for people and land over the last 200 years.
Farming is so what it's about. Farm to table is great, but it's farm to table in 10 minutes.
Right.
That chicken, that vegetable we're going to cook, I mean, it took 6 months to grow.
Right.
You have to show it some respect.
Right.
And so what I'm saying is there's way more fun and way more sexiness and happiness in actually doing that and not doing what you were going to do for that hour and a half, than doing what you're going to do for that hour and a half, which is probably surfing the web or doing some other sort of innocuous thing, because I'm the same way, you know, we all want that.
Yeah.
Then actually getting in the kitchen when it comes to food, and actually let's prepare it, let's make a mistake, let's make a mess, let's clean up the mess together, let's get to know each other. That's what the culture is, and that's why France is where I learned how to cook. And you know, when I went there and I saw this, it's imbued in the culture. 3,000 years of cooking, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2-hour lunches, making bread every day, running out of bread at 10, making it again at 12. That's the culture I saw. That's why I wanted to be in this business.
Right.
This country's 300 years old. Europe's 3,000 years. So you can't compare the two. Everybody says, oh, it's so much better in Europe. Kind of, but not really. We're young, but that's very attractive to see that. And the reason why that happened is because they've been doing it for a long, long time. And so we want to short circuit it and shortcut it. You really can't shortcut it.
Right.
You really can't.
Well, that's kind of our whole approach to also our lifestyle and wellness in general, is that there aren't really any shortcuts, and it is about like putting in the work, the dedication, and the consistency.
But you get like happiness.
Totally.
People looking for happiness. That's one of the happiness modules lies in preparing food together.
I mean, sometimes I literally black out in the kitchen. Like I remember recently over the holidays, I prepared a dinner for 20 people with one of my guy friends. And when it was all over, I like came to, and I was like, the food was on the table, it was amazing. I was like, I felt like it was a deep therapeutic session. And
you're exhausted and you're tired.
And I was so happy.
Yeah, and you have that, but now you have that in your memory bank.
Right.
It's not a photo. It's not an Insta story.
Right.
It's like you feel it. So that's what is really important. And like this is what I do for a living.
Right.
So what we do here every day at the Lambs Club is hard. And every day at 6 a.m. food shows up, and every day at midnight it's gone.
Right.
And we start at 6 a.m. over. People don't understand it's a manufacturing business. So this is all empty.
Right.
We start fresh. Imagine every day. We don't do it every once in a while. We do it every day, 365 days a week, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's why this business is fascinating. That's why people love restaurants, but they don't understand the work behind it and the dedication.
Right, and also
it's like miraculous that it happens.
And in New York specifically, 80% of new restaurants that are fail, which is crazy. I've actually been an investor in a failing restaurant.
It's a good experience, by the way.
Yes, it was a great experience. I've also been an investor in a restaurant that does really well.
I'm going to hit you up for some money after this.
Okay. I'm broke, by the way, so you don't want to do that.
Because of that last restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. But people don't really realize how much it goes into it, and so it's pretty outstanding that Lambs Club has been around for
almost 10 years. So
that's
pretty much 2010. Where are we? 18, 8.5, 10 years. By the way, we started it in 2007.
Right.
So it's been 11 years since we started this process.
And also 2007.
The crash. We started
was a terrible
in the middle
year.
of the recession. We started this
that's
restaurant.
like insane.
Yeah.
And I feel like restaurant years are kind of equivalent to dog years.
That's very well said.
You know, it's
I've never heard that one. There's a very good.
Yeah,
that's a very good
10
saying.
years in New York City. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about what we're making today.
So we're doing something that is like so old it's new. It's a Greek salad.
Okay.
Okay, so Greek salad is one of those things. I mean, if you've been to Greece and all that, I mean, there's lots of ways to do this, but I'm doing it the way that I learned in Mykonos, with a little addition of extra ingredients that I like, because I think a Greek salad sometimes is like it's basically peppers, cucumbers, olives, feta cheese, and tomatoes, and some oregano, always dried oregano.
Okay.
And
not fresh oregano.
No.
Okay.
Fresh is too pungent, too strong.
Okay.
And I love Greek salad, but I wanted to bring a little something. So what I've done is I've added a little of Israeli couscous.
Oh, amazing.
And some chiffonade kale. I know kale is it's the whole rage, but what this does, it gives it.
It's so. How did you make it? Did you just really finely
just
chop
really
this
pulverize it. So
okay.
what this does, it gives it a little bit more of a base, a little bit better mouthfeel for me, and then we pair it with a protein. So in the restaurant, we have a lot of salads that I love lunch is a protein grain, a protein legume, a protein salad. That's what most people want.
Yeah.
So this is a way of meeting those needs, because you have to meet those needs. That's what they want.
Of course.
Yet getting something that's quick and fun for people, and they love it and it's yummy. So we have people that order this every day, like literally. So we have it. We prepare it with. You can have it just a Greek salad, or you can have it with chicken or grilled shrimp on the plancha, or even whatever you want, whatever protein. If you want a slice of steak, we'll do it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So we just have this, that we've cooked this ahead of time.
Okay, I'm not doing really anything.
Couscous, no, it's very simple.
You're the master, so I'm just going to let you do your thing.
This is a assemble, but we have green peppers. Now, green peppers are immature peppers. Okay, so rather than use them just big, we slice them really thin.
I have a question.
Yes.
So peppers have on the bottom 4 or 3 nubs. I don't know what to call them. Butts, like the butt,
Butts?
the butt
Pepper
of a pepper.
Butts?
Like the butt of
That's
a pepper.
the first time everyone's
either
asked me
has
this question.
4 or 3. You
Yes.
know that, right?
Yes.
So which are they different from each other?
I have
Do they
no
have a
idea.
different?
Stumped
you.
You stumped me. I've never known, but I don't know if it's different because I've never
think
had
it
anyone
is.
say this is a
I think
three-butted pepper.
But
It's not
you've
good.
noticed that a 3.
Yes. Okay, tomatoes. Baby peeled tomatoes. You don't have to peel them. I peel them. A little parsley.
Okay.
I love these pepperoncini. Like out of a jar,
Yep.
sliced up. Very old world Italian. You see this in an Italian red sauce joint. They just give them to you in a little cup.
I put them on my nachos over the weekend
But,
for
but what
Super Bowl.
they do is they add this nice vinegar, which I love. Kalamata olives, just whole, and cucumbers. I like using Persian or gourmet cucumbers. Now I use a little bit less than most people do.
And you cut them a little bit
I
larger.
cut them a little thicker. And then what we're going to do is just add some very good red wine vinegar.
Okay.
And
Red wine vinegar
red
as
wine.
opposed to balsamic.
Never balsamic.
Okay.
This is a very
That's
this
a
is a
key
peasant
thing.
dish.
Okay, so red wine
Yes.
vinegar, not balsamic, because I get confused with the vinegars.
Olive oil, but I like 50-50. I like it a little sour.
Okay.
Usually it's 3 parts olive oil, 1 part vinegar. I like a little 50-50. I like that. You need the vinegar because what you're
Yeah,
going to do
because I
is
feel
you're
like
going
with
to
the
yes,
cheese.
you're going to add this. This is a very salty, big, fatty, sort of fatty cheese, but it has a big mouthfeel and needs vinegar. Then a little bit of salt, not too much. Be careful. And the salt is really activating the cucumber and the couscous and cracked pepper. A good amount of cracked pepper.
I'm a
Always out of a
pepper
pepper
fiend.
mill.
Yeah.
Because the pepper that's ground ahead of time
No.
is the leftover shells of pepper that they mix with everything else and they just fill it. It's
Okay.
filler.
Are
It's
you
crap.
all black or do you do
You
a
can-
mix of white
You can
and?
do white and black, whatever you want, as long as it's whole.
Okay.
So a good amount.
I find the white peppercorns are a little too strong for me.
They're a little strong. So we're just going to mix this up. Now I'm going to taste it because we're looking for a balance of acidity.
Also, I want to ask about the feta. I know that some people do feta that's
Taste this, excuse me, taste it now.
cheap.
It should be very sharp. Okay, so now we're going to be able to put some feta on top. It's going to have to hold the feta and the protein.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not done yet. So we're building the salad. So we're just going to. This should stand alone. So this should be able to eat alone with the feta, and then we're adding the protein. So. I'm going to add 2 pieces.
It already
of
looks
protein.
so beautiful.
Okay, so I'm going to add a piece of protein and then a piece of feta. Okay. And then maybe one more piece of protein here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of oregano.
Amazing.
Okay. And olive oil.
I mean, to be honest, let's get real. You just talked about like nothing taking 10 minutes, but
Well, I mean, I have to shop. You have to shop.
I know.
Okay, so no one's going to shop for you.
True.
So we have a staff that shops, so that's great.
Right.
But then the preparation of this, you have to make the couscous. You have to julienne the pepper.
True. But some of these things you can do as meal prep before, right? So that you
can do-
have these
all
things
this was
in
done
your
when we arrived.
right. So you have
Okay.
some things in your refrigerator that you can that
So,
are already. I mean,
so what you have here is a Greek salad, which I've Greeked, which means I've changed a bit.
Right,
Added
okay.
another grain, the couscous, very Israeli Mediterranean, and added a chunk of protein in addition to the feta, which is a protein. And so what you have is a real salad that eats really well, satisfies everybody's real nerve. You could throw a little bit more oregano on there because the more the better, I think, as far as oregano. But that salad's very satisfying.
And it's
You
also-
will eat that salad and feel really good.
it's dense in nutrients.
Hopefully, you have a glass of rosé with it because it really is hard to. I can't imagine not having this with a glass of wine.
Right.
That's it.
Fabulous. Well, look at you. There's a reason why he's a professional, people. This was like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of Hot Guys in the Kitchen. Geoffrey, thank you for having us.
My pleasure.
And you should probably pick up his book, not What's in My Pantry.
My Perfect Pantry.
My Perfect Pantry, because I'm sure it'll help everyone at home who wants to be their own home chef. Don't forget to come and go to your restaurants.
Yes, I have a couple of restaurants. The Georgie at the Montage in Beverly Hills just opened. Counterpoint at the Diplomat in Fort Lauderdale, and of course we're here at the Lambs Club,
right here
in the
New York
middle
City.
of Times Square.
Yes.
Can't miss this one.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Today, and follow this guy on social. For someone,
Yes.
by the way, for someone a little bit older than a millennial,
I'm a little bit older, just a little bit
older than a millennial. You've got a really strong social following. So kudos to you.
Thank you, at GZ Chef. So it is hot in here, but you really want to see what's hot? You want to see what my cooks put up with?
Yeah.
Come here.
Okay. I'm nervous. I'm already sweating.
Now, this is the real line, and there's not even any food going on here.
Oh my
I want you to
gosh.
stand here.
That's
These are on half.
This is
These are on
insane.
halfway,
We're
so
already 15 degrees hotter.
Coming off
No,
of that, that's 170 right there.
That's insane.
So we don't have any food or pans on. When the food and pan, it's really hot. So if you think I'm a hot chef, these guys are the real hot chefs.
I can't even imagine.